This is the Treasures of Life show. It is my pleasure to come to you here on Science TV. My sign language interpreter for today is Laura Omondi. And on Treasures of Life show today, my name being JONAH SIMBA, the powerful name, I bring you a topic on courage. If I were to give this show a topic today, allow me to call it the virtue of courage, because courage is a virtue. Many times we are told not to fear, but deep inside of us, fear lies. And to some great extent, by the way, fear is an indicator that you need to avoid some things, deal with some things. In fact, I had someone say that to some extent, fear is good. Because imagine walking through life without it. Then you would fear nothing. And then you would be in trouble. That is why, as I speak to you about the virtue of courage, I'm wondering, how do I approach this topic? How do I bring it to you? Because there are tips about courage. For example, how do I present to you that for you to be courageous, you need to embrace failure? It is difficult. It is challenging. But you need to adapt to failure sometimes for you to be courageous. You know, I had someone ask me, what is the worst that could happen? You need sometimes to think of the worst that can happen in a certain situation. You know, adapting to some situations. What is the worst? Once you've demystified what you fear, then you will be courageous. I see men, strong men, you know, and as I always say in this show, this may be even a senior military officer, very courageous on the outside, but they dread something on the inside. Probably it's the fear of lack of money. They just fear, or the fear of being left by a girlfriend or a wife, or being divorced. They fear it, they dread it, or they just fear betrayal and rejection. There are things that are so deep on the inside that they can't be dealt with by physical strength. You need to embrace some things on the inside. How best do I present this? I don't know. Maybe let me use a story. Allow me to use a story to try, just to try and bring the virtue of courage to you. I will try to be a storyteller to bring the virtue of courage to you, my viewer, today. There is a land called Tonga. The land of Tonga, the nation of Tonga, lies on the sea. Tonga is surrounded by waters, ocean waters surrounds the nation of Tonga. As we visit this nation of Tonga, we come across a school, a high school. In our land, Kenya, we call it secondary school, high school. I don't know what you call it in your nation, because I know I'm speaking to people in different cities and different nations. Blessed are you in New York. I'm talking to you right here with my sign language interpreter, Laura Omondi, from the city of Nairobi. Blessed are you in Paris or Berlin. Blessed are you in London or Stuttgart or Tokyo. Or maybe you're watching this from Johannesburg. or from a village somewhere in Kenya. Maybe that village is Nyeri or Bungoma or Busia. Maybe you are watching this from the sweet town of Lodwar. You may be watching this from the land of Maralal, the sweet town of the Samburus in Maralal. But all of us are sharing a story. All of us are watching one powerful man called JONAH SIMBA as they share a story of courage, the virtue of courage, right here from Science TV. From Science Television, JONAH SIMBA presents to you the story of courage. This is the story from a high school in Tonga. There were 6 young boys, the oldest being 17 years, the youngest being 15 years. These 6 children, 6 boys, were bored of being in school. They were in a boarding school in Tonga. It is amazing that sometimes routine can be boring. They were so bored of the routine of school that they came up with a plan. What can we do? We are boys of courage. What can we do to come out of this boredom just for a moment? It may be for an evening or for a weekend. What can we do to overcome the boredom? By the way, boredom is dangerous. They decided to embrace courage to overcome the boredom. Their high school lay near the sea, and they knew of one fisherman that everybody loathed. Many spoke negatively of this fisherman, but this fisherman owned a boat. They decided to scheme a plan, and this plan involved going to that fisherman and taking his boat forcefully. One huge mistake. But anyway, they were boys, and boys can be courageous. So they schemed a plan of taking a boat from a fisherman. And guess what? The opportunity came. One thing you need to realize, my viewer, whether you're in New York or in Bungoma, whether you're in Kampala or in Stuttgart, whether you're in Pretoria or in Accra, wherever you are, whether you're in the cities or the villages of this world, whether that is New Delhi, whether that is Beijing, wherever you are, you need to understand that opportunity presents itself to all. There is time, there is opportunity for everybody. None of us can face to get an opportunity. You need to realize that time and chance comes to everyone. You see, in the good book, the Bible, there is a verse that says time and chance comes to everybody under the sun. And one true thing you need to realize, that there is a chance for everybody. Chance presents itself to everybody. You need to learn how to take your chance. You need to learn how to take your opportunity. So one evening, an opportunity presented itself. And these boys, knowing there was a weekend lying in front of them, on a Friday evening, they decided to go and confront the fisherman. And whoa, they overpowered him. It was 3 o'clock. They schemed a plan. And here the time presented itself. They took the boat from the fisherman. They stole it. Big mistake. Do not steal. Do not steal. They stole the boat and they pushed it into the waters. the 6 boys, the oldest being 17, the youngest being 15. They entered the boat, and the boat started moving into the sea. Lucky were they, the boat could stand many waters. Lucky were they, the boat was well made. Lucky were they, the boat could handle the sea. They moved into the waters, running away from the bottom of the high school, the secondary school. I don't know what you call the school in your nation, in your city. I don't know what you call the school in Chicago. I don't know what you call a high school in Las Vegas or San Francisco. I don't know what you call a school in Lagos. But these people came out of the secondary school, the tertiary school. They ran away from boredom. They were from the nation of Tonga, from this powerful high school, running away from boredom into the sea. Sometimes you jump from the frying pan into the fire. Sometimes you move from a rock to a hard place. They were moving into the seas, running away from boredom. But they did not realize that they were moving into trouble. Let me tell you something. The oldest being 17, the youngest being 15, they are moving into the sea of many waters. The parents were not there. The parents, the fathers and the mothers were not there. The teachers that taught them so well, the teachers that care for them so well, the security in the school, the cover of the school, the comfort of the school was not there. But then they realized that one virtue of courage is to run away from comfort. Did you realize that if you embraced comfort so much, you will never ever be courageous? Courage demands that sometimes you run away from your comfort zones. You get into your discomforts. You get into your places of quote unquote uncomfort. No comfort. That is the virtue of courage. They decided to come out of their comfort zone called the secondary school. Here they are in a boat. It is moving into the sea, right into danger. The boat is sailing. Right into trouble. The boat is sailing. But they are learning a virtue. For you to be courageous, you need to sail out of your comfort zones. The oldest being 17, the youngest being 15. No parent, no father, no mother, no teacher, no school security, no protection of a family, no protection of a school, no protection of any institution, no protection of the nation. They are sailing into the sea, the oldest being 17, the youngest being 15. The boat is sailing into the sea. They are excited. They are ecstatic. Adrenaline is flowing in them. Sailing into the seas. Sailing into trouble. But they are sailing into courage. They are learning a virtue. They are getting into an adventure. And that is why I'm moving into the break with adventure. I'm coming back